Yo, 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 all my game musicians out there. This is the obnoxious elbow of the Ocarina Times, and welcome to the very first episode of this channel in general, and also the very first episode of the Maestro's Words, so stay tuned. So, for my very first review, I will be doing Super Mario Bros., one of the very first games on the NES. Now, I'm assuming that all of you know about Super Mario Bros. In detail, but I will just briefly discuss what it is all about. Now, Super Mario Bros. Was one of the very first games to ever rise to international fame, and it also introduced characters Mario and Luigi to superstardom. And it also introduced standard characters like Princess Peach, or Toadstool in this case, Toad, and the evil nemesis Bowser. Yeah, but anyway, what we basically do is we eat mushrooms, go down pipes, kick Goomba's ass, and even go through negative warp zones to defeat the evil Bowser and rescue Princess Peach. So, without further ado, if we get too off topic, then I will probably not be going to great distances to Belgium. What am I saying? But anyway, without further ado, let us go to Elbow's Notes and put on our Mario caps. So, for those of you who do not know how the system works, allow me to elaborate. Because this is an 8-bit game, there will only be 4 categories: theme, style, composition, and last but not least, mood. Now, theme focuses on the certain theme for each level or screen, how compatible and germane it is with the screens overall. So, for example, the significance of the famous overworld theme to Super Mario Bros. Will be suited under this category. Now, style is straightforward. All that is needed is if the music tracks seem stylish enough to pass the test. The third category is composition. Did the composer write a really good score? And finally, there is mood, how the music appropriately evokes the feel and emotions of the player. Now, each category is given a total of 5 points, and are all averaged out to the total of condos, which is my unit for measuring Nintendo music, and of course named after the head maestro himself, Koji Kondo. And now, before I get too off track, for the first category, theme, the themes of Super Mario Bros. Are, of course, familiar to any Nintendo fan and listener. They are some of the most relevant pieces of music out there in Nintendo land, and its continuity stands out. Out of all of them, though, I would say the less memorable is the castle theme, you know, the do-do-do-do, yeah, because it has only been used in a couple of games, like the All-Stars version of this game, which may be reviewed later on. But overall, the overworld and underground theme, you know, the da-da-da-da-da-da, I mean, you guys know it, are some of the most used and remixed tracks in any Nintendo game, and they are all suited for the roles, including the victory, death, and game over cues. So, for this one, you probably all know what I'm going to give this category. Yep, A5. And now, on to the style category. Considering that this is the 8-bit era, you may think that not much style is being involved in some of our favorite franchises. But you're wrong. Style persists even in most synthesized of music, from Mario to Zelda to even Metroid. Anyway, style speaks for itself in this game. The overworld theme represents a more energetic style, like you're ready to play the level. The underworld theme, with its distinctive motive, emphasizes a more darkish, exploratory style. The water theme presents a more carousel style, which seems interesting for an ocean level. And the castle theme gives a dark, sinister style, because you're facing Bowser or a fake Bowser. And finally, the Toadstool victory music at the end of the game is a lot more majestic, presenting a fanfare for your accomplishments. Thus, for this one, I will give this a 5 because the style stands out by itself. Adding on to the third category, composition, the composition was completely original and became known for its continuity. Koji Kondo did a good job trying to make Super Mario distinctive from its arcade counterparts. So the composition earns a 5, primarily because of its originality. I mean, they could have had boss battle music, but this was still good and revolutionary for a video game at the time. Because after all, this was 1985. And finally, the mood is essentially the same I have been stating throughout this critique. The overall music evokes a more energetic, stimulating mood. The underworld theme gives a darker, dungeon-esque feeling, which also applies to the castle theme, albeit shriller. The water theme gives a bubblier mood. The victory music when Mario lowers the flag gives a cheery mood, while the death and game over tracks present a sadder, if somewhat humorous effect. And so the familiar Peach theme after you defeat Bowser evokes a triumphant mood. So of course, mood here earns a 5. So, totaling up, we come to 5 condos. Sounds fair for a memorable game, even retrospectively. The game's originality exemplifies the good qualities of its soundtrack, and I thought this was a great chance for Kondo to rise into the limelight. And that's it, my game musicians. If you like this video, and if you want me to see more music reviews in the future, then click the subscribe button down below. It's free, guys. It is totally free. And just stay musical and stay sharp. Ciao.